When it boils down to it, there exist three matters out there that if you perform these three actions, you can assure that you will never become wealthy. Now, this is not merely from my own personal knowledge. I'm certain many of you are glancing at me and saying, what does a 22-year-old youngster know about life and becoming wealthy? This is from conversing with individuals. This is from witnessing errors that my companions have committed, my relatives have committed, and individuals I am acquainted with have committed. I desire you people to inform me as we proceed through these points, if you concur with me, if you oppose me, and tell me in the remarks section beneath why that is. The initial thing individuals do that causes them never to become wealthy is laboring for every single buck they acquire. At that stage, your time equals your earnings. So if you're in a position where the sole manner you're producing income is when you dedicate time at employment or dedicate time laboring, you will never become wealthy. What I mean by that, folks, is you must get your cash to function for you. You must get your money to expand into extra funds. I'm not instructing you people how to accomplish it. I perform it via investing. Some individuals accomplish it via alternate paths, but you must accomplish something in order to have your capital expand into extra wealth. The most frequent blunder people commit that leads to them not becoming rich is constantly letting their time match their money. If your time constantly matches your money, you possess active earnings, all right? You must begin producing passive earnings in some fashion. The next thing that people perform, which results in them never becoming wealthy or escaping their present monetary circumstance, is competing with the Joneses, glancing at what your acquaintances possess or your relatives or whoever, and declaring, you know what? I ought to purchase that since they possess that. The finest illustration I possess of this is individuals who purchase grand houses because they assume that is what is anticipated of them. Or they glance around at their companions, relatives, or workmates, and they perceive that they possess a fine home in a pleasant district, and they declare, boy, I ought to perform the exact identical thing. Otherwise, people are going to criticize me. The reality is, nobody gives a damn, all right? That is the complete reality, folks. I realize I'm somewhat irate in this clip, or perhaps appearing in another manner, but I know countless individuals that have committed this error. There's a phrase for it. It's termed house broke. These are individuals who hold no finances because all their income goes into their housing costs. That is why you observe individuals in tinier homes residing away in the wilderness on their own or living away on their own, not in a vast suburb. With a far tinier housing cost, they have far more wealth. Those are the individuals becoming affluent. It's the people in suburban areas, the people in these vast homes with the brand new vehicles that are never going to get rich because they're exhausting all their funds on their dwelling and the automobiles in the garage, okay? So if you're somebody who's going to compete with your neighbors, your friends, and your family, and you're going to purchase things to amaze other individuals, you will never become wealthy. You're concentrating on foolish stuff. You must focus on yourself and cease bothering about what all others around you believe. If your companions appraise you based on the house that you dwell in or the vehicle that you operate, then you require new companions. The third thing individuals perform that will cause them never to become wealthy is selecting the course of least opposition, choosing easy ways, doing whatever is simple. It is not simple to become affluent. It is not simple to generate passive revenue. It is not simple to perform something distinct from the majority. If you perform what everyone else performs, you will possess what everyone else possesses. Most individuals are in debt. Most people are impoverished. Most people are not affluent. if you act as everyone else is acting, if you purchase the grand home and the showy vehicles, if you trade your time for earnings and don't create passive income, then you are going to be in the same state as all others surrounding you. If you don't desire to be like the bulk of people, you cannot perform what everyone else out there is performing. So you have to perform what is strenuous. You must search for the most difficult thing you could perform and proceed to perform that. Most people are not going to perform actions that are going to enhance their financial condition. They are not going to invest. They're not going to initiate their own company. If you people truly wish to become affluent, you must begin performing things that are challenging. You must begin working beyond 40 hours a week. You must stop trading your time for earnings. You must begin having unique concepts and trusting yourself and possessing assurance in yourself to implement those ideas. If you are always depending on somebody else to tell you what to accomplish, then you will never genuinely be rich or never possess your own enterprise. You must reach a stage where you have faith in yourself and you trust your instincts and you believe in yourself. Most individuals will never do that. Most people will solely do what appears easy to them, and as a consequence, they possess a rather average life. My guess is, folks, if you're viewing this clip, you are not intrigued in that ordinary existence. And these are the finest 3 fragments of guidance that I can offer you. As far as having conversed to diverse individuals, as far as faults I've made myself, or I've witnessed my friends or relatives commit, these are them right here. These are the 3 explanations why most people will never become affluent. That's all I hold for this clip, folks. If you liked it, kindly drop a like. If you're new to my channel, kindly think about subscribing to be notified of the coming uploads. And as ever, I appreciate you for taking the moment to view this clip.